on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackowitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is going to be a review for WWE SmackDown for 9/3/19. So you start out right away with Bayley. She cuts a promo. She's explaining what she did yesterday as far as waylaying Becky Lynch in the back of the chair. And she basically says, it doesn't really matter what I did. It was all about my friends. My friends come first. And so she gets interrupted by Charlotte because she starts talking about the match that they're going to have at Clash of Champions. Charlotte gets interrupted by Sasha Banks. And so it looks like, she's going to get tag teamed. So Charlotte makes the first move. She goes after Bayley. Sasha runs in the ring. They start going after each other. People pop with that one because Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair really were a massive part of the women's evolution. And they had some amazing matches together. And so when they mixed it up again, people really took note. So it was really cool. Eventually, you get a chair shot from Bayley on Charlotte. Actually, a couple of nasty chair shots. And then Sasha gets the chair. She hits Charlotte. Bayley gets the chair again. She hits Charlotte some more. So they just kept going back and forth like that. After that, you get the King of the Ring match, Ali versus Elias. Big fan of Ali, and they kind of, surprisingly to me, made Elias look a bit more than a monster than he has lately. He's a big guy, for sure. But they haven't really used him in that kind of role where he's just a badass. And they made him a little bit more badass in this match. Ali, definitely the smaller guy, using his aerial techniques. So it made for a fun match, but honestly, surprising to me, Elias hits the drift away and gets the win. Now, I like Elias. He's definitely not as entertaining in the ring to me as Ali. Ali has done some really good promo work too, and it looked like they've been building him up a little bit, so I was a little bit surprised about that, but that's fine. It was a good match for sure. So then you get a backstage Samoa Joe interview about the triple threat that he's going to have next week with Baron Corbin and Ricochet. And he says, it's only another guy and another stepping stone on my way to the King of the Ring, basically. He's always great at promo, so he really is. He really sells it well. Then you get an Aleister Black promo where he's like, I'm done waiting for somebody to come pick a fight. I'm going to go pick a fight. Fair enough. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are next, and I don't know. It was a decent match. I like all four women in here. Nikki Cross, I think I like the most, honestly. She's got the most aggression in her matches, and she really sells very well. I really do like Sonya Deville, too. Really like Sonya Deville. So, it was fine for what it was. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville get the win. So, it looks like, apparently, the Fire and Desire connection there are going to take on Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss at Clash of Champions for the belts. Then you get backstage, Samoa Joe. He was talking about, facing whoever wins the match tonight with Chad Gable and Andrade. And so he's kind of like, picking at Chad Gable because he's small, just like everybody else has been. Then you get Randy Orton. He cuts a promo, and of course, he calls out Kofi Kingston. He's like, I'm tired of waiting. Let's do this. And before Kofi Kingston even gets out of Gorilla, the Revival are there beating him up to the ramp. And so it's just a beatdown after that. Then you get Andrade, of course, with Zelina Vega versus Chad Gable. Really good match. Andrade is a hell of a performer, honestly. He really is. He's damn good. And Chad Gable's really good too, though. So it was a fun match. It was entertaining. Of course, Zelina Vega gets involved. She tries to pull the heel heat thing like they did last week to get some magic and make the win. Unfortunately, it didn't work this time, and Chad Gable gets a roll-up and pins Andrade. He moves on in the King of the Ring. So he's kind of like the dark horse underdog that everybody's starting to root for, of course. It'll be interesting to see if he makes it or not. It would be a very good build for him, I think. After that, Aleister Black, he goes to the ring for that fight he mentioned earlier. Turns out to be Shelton Benjamin, who just lost to Chad Gable last week, so you don't expect a whole lot. It was a good match, that was for sure. It was a damn entertaining match. I think that was a really good pairing, actually. Shelton Benjamin is freakishly athletic. I can talk, right? He's damn good, just athletic as all hell. And so putting him with Aleister Black, you knew it was kind of going to be a good match. And it was. Aleister Black, of course, hits the Black Mass in the end, though. Gets the win. After that, you have a 24/7 where they're kind of shuffling around in the ring. And of all people, Bo Dallas gets the win. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this was backstage. Backstage first. Elias, he's running from a bunch of people or whatever. And at the end, Bo Dallas gets it. So after that, you have Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn, who cuts a promo, which is just over the top and awkward, versus a local nobody, and I'm so tired of seeing local nobodies. If you're going to put these guys in a match, put them in a fucking match, or don't put them on TV. When you stick them up against somebody that nobody knows, who weighs 90 pounds soaking wet, who looks like I could whoop his ass in a heartbeat, I'm sorry, it does nothing for me. Don't waste my time with it. Don't waste anybody's time with it. Don't waste Shinsuke Nakamura's time with it. And the whole time, Sami Zayn is just doing this over-the-top commentary during the whole match. Made it suck. Didn't like any of it. Then you get the second 24/7 which was in the ring. And this is where Bo Dallas gets pinned by Drake Maverick. And then Drake Maverick gets pinned by R-Truth. So R-Truth wins and heads out. And they end with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan, saying he didn't have anything to do with this. Roman Reigns owes him an apology. Roman Reigns, of course, not having it. Rowan comes out, though, and just decimates both of them. He starts with Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan kind of gets in his face. He knocks Daniel Bryan on his butt. Rowan, he cut a promo a little bit earlier where he was talking about, Daniel Bryan smacked him in the face a few times. He's like, smack me again, see what happens. So toward the end of this whole sequence here, Roman Reigns is down and out. Rowan is clearing off the commentator's table. Gonna throw Roman Reigns on it. Daniel Bryan gets in the way, smacks Rowan, and then Rowan just choke slams Daniel Bryan through the table. And that's where they leave it. Rowan standing tall over everybody. So at Clash of Champions, you have Rowan versus Roman Reigns. And we'll see what happens with all of this. But it was cool, man. It was a good setup there. I liked it. I liked the way they ended it. Now, the show as a whole. Really good parts. Some disappointing parts. The Shinsuke Nakamura local nobody Sami Zayn bit was really disappointing. Did not care about that whatsoever. Really did not. 24/7 was okay. Everything else was alright, though. Everything else was, kind of on par. So, I'm going to give this overall, I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because there were some things that I really did like about it. I think the promos were pretty good overall. And the matches I did like, Ali versus Elias, I liked. I mean, it wasn't great, but I liked it. Chad Gable versus Andrade, I liked. Aleister Black, Shelton Benjamin, I really liked. So, yeah, I'll say 7 out of 10. Definitely had some weak points, but overall, still entertaining. So that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation, out.